joined by Abbotsford Falcon head coach Jake Knapmiller. Kind of starting out, give us a little bit of a recap of last season for your team, where you guys kind of ended up on the year.
Yeah, for sure. So last year we ended up making the playoffs, and we ended up getting a home game, tied record with Nakusa for our level 1 game. We ended up beating them and moving on to Coleman, who was the 1 seed, and having to travel over there. And our season ended with a loss on a missed field goal. Ultimately, the field goal had nothing to do with the result, everything up to that point. But nonetheless, it was heartbreaking to lose a game that close. The guys that are coming back definitely remember that one and want to avoid that situation again.
And you mentioned the players coming back. Kind of fill us in, who are some of the players from last year's teams that fans are going to recognize that are going to look to be big parts of this year's team?
Yeah, so a huge part of last year's team was our offensive line was a very veteran group. And those guys graduated, and we returned some guys that have started up front. Angel Zinzun and Marcus Van Leuven both were starters most games on the offensive line. Julian Aguilera came in the last 2 games due to injury and started. So we have 3 big fellows up front that have experience, and we have to match them with 2 sophomore guards, Josue Zinzun and Landon Alberg, who have really worked hard and really love the game of football. They're just sophomores and have to pick up that varsity tempo and varsity IQ and all the things that the older guys have already. So up front, we have 2 new tight ends. Actually, our quarterback from last year, Musa tight end, which you don't see very often, Irvin Aguilera. And on the other side, Luis Lujan, our tight ends to start with. Both are junior and a senior, so experienced kids that know what they're doing. So we're excited for them. And our backfield returns about 5,000 yards of rushing. Christian Fuentes is moving to quarterback for us, at least to start the year. And we returned some juniors in the backfield. Chase Bowler's a senior wing. So we returned everybody in the backfield. We just had to move Irvin Aguilera to tight end offensively. Defensively, it's pretty much the same guys, so I don't usually jump into that too much. We're looking for the same guys to step up. We're a small school, so you have the same guys, same new guys on both sides, and so that's kind of it. In our special teams, we're hoping to have our senior first-time kicker, dual sport kid, cross-country kid, Jack Sheehan is going to kick for us. He's going to run cross-country with Kobe's program and then kick for us. So that's the first time we've ever had that opportunity. So we're excited about that phase of our game too.
And then, obviously at this time of year, you're also looking at what players are going to be filling in those spots that have opened up from players that have graduated. Who are a couple of the players you're expecting to kind of step into that role this year?
Yeah, I covered a couple of those sophomores. In the backfield, we're looking for Jackson Pluckelman, who is a junior. He had his season cut short last year to a collarbone injury, but he was an oncoming sophomore that was going to get some time at the end of the year, had some big carries. Carter Selar has been our program here his 3rd year and has gotten some varsity time here and there. Has really grown. He was a state pole vaulter for us. We're hoping to get him the ball and use his athleticism as well. So the backfield is kind of more of those guys that I didn't cover earlier, but those are those guys.
And then, obviously, you're a week through practice. What have you kind of established, and what are those expectations you're kind of looking at going into the scrimmages and then week 1 next week?
Yeah, the scrimmage, you want to get everyone experience. So our numbers are really good this year. We're at about 40 guys. Last year I looked at our roster with 29 at this time. So a huge increase. We had some sophomores come out for the first time. I think we have 5 first-year sophomores, which is a challenge and a blessing at the same time. But we're looking to get those guys, those young guys that have never played varsity football before or high school football before, experience at the scrimmage and lots of reps for that point. But our varsity guys, just to be able to work together offensively, that gelling that your offensive line needs, the young guys kind of jumping in with the old guys, looking for them to communicate and fix problems on their own. So going into week 1, we're confident.
And then your expectations on the season as a whole?
Yeah, I guess our players are, I think the upperclassmen have really set the bar high in terms of what they expect. But they've also, we talked about, you could say whatever you want about what you want, it's what you're willing to do to get there. And I think they have backed up their talk. We have guys that have been doing 3 sports, and we said that was a major part of the off season is participating in multiple sports, speed training, doing the strength stuff, and they definitely did some championship style workouts to get them in that prepared for the season. But obviously small school football, one thing could happen and you have a domino effect, but I think we're as ready as we could be.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for joining us. We'll be looking forward to seeing you throughout the year, and good luck on the season. Coach Knapmiller.
Thank you.